Hi everyone, I'm Kevin Elson for Catholic Newsbreak. Here's what's happening this week in the news. We begin with news from the Vatican. The norms regarding the manner of proceedings in the discernment of presumed apparitions or revelations were approved by Pope Paul VI in 1978 and distributed to the world's bishops, but never officially published or translated into modern languages. U.S. Cardinal William Levada, prefect of the Congregation for the Doctrine of the Faith, said the doctrinal office believes it is now opportune to publish these norms, providing translations in the principal languages so as to aid the pastors of the Catholic Church in their difficult task of discerning presumed apparitions, revelations, messages, or more generally extraordinary phenomena of presumed supernatural origin. Catholic News Service has more now on the translation of these norms.
More than 1,000 visions of Mary have been reported to the Vatican over the centuries, but in the last 100 years, fewer than a dozen have received church approval as worthy of belief. The alleged apparitions at Medjugorje in Bosnia and Herzegovina are reportedly continuing, and a Vatican investigation into them is still underway. To help the world's bishops evaluate whether alleged Marian apparitions are authentic, the Vatican has translated and published norms first established in 1978. Till now, the norms are officially available only in Latin, but many unauthorized translations have circulated over the decades. The norms spell out how a bishop is to handle a visionary's claims, with the help of a thorough investigation by experts to determine that the message is free from theological and doctrinal error, and that it results in healthy and abundant spiritual enrichment for the faithful. The norms also say that the visionary must be free from any psychological or mental disorders, and be morally upright and spiritually mature.
Looking now at news from Rome. At a panel discussion in Rome about migration and women, Miguel Diaz, U.S. ambassador to the Holy See, said that increasing numbers of women are migrating alone, a situation that makes them vulnerable to violence and exploitation, but one that often shows their courage and commitment to making a better life for their families. He said about 214 million people live outside their country of origin, and half of all migrants are women fleeing poverty and seeking a better life for themselves and their families. He said the global economic crisis has increased the danger that migrant women and children will fall prey to. Cardinal Antonio Maria Velio, president of the Pontifical Council for Migrants and Travelers, said in the experience of the Catholic Church, its ministers and aid agencies, women who have been forced to migrate, despite everything that has happened to them in their lives, respond to their situation with remarkable courage, resourcefulness, and creativity. The Cardinal said women migrants need special protection because they may be the targets of ethnically motivated rape during times of civil strife. Their safety often isn't ensured, even in refugee camps, and many become the head of their household in a land where they do not speak the language or understand the culture. In other news now from Rome, a foundation is launching a new contest in the hopes of promoting Christian values in economic and social development. Rome Reports has more on the contest and how you can enter.
The Centesimus Annus Foundation has launched a contest to promote Christian values in politics, society, and economics. The award is 50,000 euros, which will be given to the person who best explains how the social doctrine of the Church can be used to improve economic and social development. The competition invites all researchers and scholars who publish works on the social doctrine of the Church after 1991. The deadline is June 15th. The judges will include the Archbishop of Munich, Cardinal Reinhard Marx. The Centesimus Annus is a Vatican foundation that was formed in 1991 after John Paul II published his encyclical titled Centesimus Annus. That encyclical deals precisely with how the social doctrine of the Church can be applied in economics and society at large.
And finally in the news, in a new Knights of Columbus Marist poll, nearly 3/4 of Americans say they feel freedom of religion should be protected in this country, even if it conflicts with other laws. The survey of over 1,600 U.S. adults was conducted in mid-May, shortly before 43 dioceses and Catholic organizations filed suit in 12 federal courts against the Obama administration's HHS mandate. Results of the survey were released a day after the lawsuits were filed. In the poll, respondents were asked to choose whether freedom of religion should be protected even if it goes against government laws, or government laws should be observed without exception even if it restricts freedom of religion. Overall, 74% of those who responded said that freedom of religion should be protected, even if it goes against government laws. Support for the first statement was highest among Republicans at 86%, and those who describe themselves as conservative or very conservative, 84%. But even 60% of those who said they were liberal or very liberal said freedom of religion should be protected. The majority of those polled also said health professionals and organizations should be permitted to opt out of participating in procedures they oppose for religious reasons. That is all the information we have for you at this time. Please stay with Catholic TV for more Catholic news. Until then, I'm Kevin Nelson, and I'll see you next time on Catholic Newsbreak.